This is Peter Pure. In this video message, I'm going to be talking about how to have stronger, harder, longer lasting and more frequent erections. Everybody's favorite subject for sure. What we're talking about is blood flow to the penis, and to go big picture on a moment for that, we're talking about the vascular system in general. So when we start talking about blood flow to the penis, we can also include topics such as strokes and also heart disease and heart attack. Now, what's behind all of that lot is you've got a clogging up of the vascular system and also a stiffening up of the vascular system. If a man has got erectile problems, you probably want to worry about his heart for that reason as well, because that means all the blood flow throughout in his entire body is probably not working very well. Now, so what happens is, how do we clog up the blood system? How do we clog up the veins and the arteries and the capillaries and the ones that lead to the penis? Well, it's very simple. The number one way to do that is cooked fats and animal fats, for sure. And this was probably documented best in Morgan Spurlock's movie Super Size Me, where he ate nothing but McDonald's for a month, and his girlfriend complained that his penis wasn't working very well, and all the Big Macs, they probably clogged up his penis, and he turned into Mr. Floppy for a bit. So if you don't want to be Mr. Floppy, steer clear of cooked fats and animal fats. Here's what else you can do to clear out the vascular system. Vitamin K2 is a wonderful and very cheap vitamin to really clear out the vascular system. Something else is that's really going to be clogging the vascular system that doesn't get talked about so much is calcification. And what we're talking about when we're talking about calcification is misplaced or displaced calcium. So if somebody's on a very acidic diet, which is what we're talking about, everything apart from the green leaf type of diet, then calcium is going to be leached out the bones, and it's going to be clogging up the soft tissues of the body, and that also includes the vascular system, further meaning that the penis is not going to be working so well. So that's really it from a vascular point of view. Let's talk about it from a hormonal point of view. The hormone of sex drive for both men and ladies is testosterone. And as a man gets older, especially as he gets into his 40s, his testosterone isn't as high as when he was younger. So what can we do to increase the testosterone? Well, first off, if we want to keep it herbal, we can take herbs such as maca. And maca is a wonderful herb to take. We need to take at least 1 tablespoon a day of maca, otherwise nothing will work. It's not a drug, it's a herb, and you've got to take enough of it. 1 heaped tablespoon minimum for any kind of noticeable result. What else can you do? When we start talking about testosterone, we're talking about free testosterone versus bound up testosterone. So a man could have a lot of testosterone in his body, but not that much free testosterone, which is the important part, the important fraction, which is the available testosterone. So you've got a hormone there. It's a sex hormone binding globulin, and what it does is it ties up the testosterone, and it leaves very little free testosterone. What we want to do is we want to impede the sex hormone binding globulin, or SHBG for short, and we want to impede that so that we get more free testosterone. The best way of doing that is by consuming nettle roots. Yes, stingy nettles. You can dig them up from your garden or the countryside. We've also got that available as a nettle root powder. It's extremely cheap. Right now I'm experimenting with taking 1 teaspoon a day of that. I'm not sure if that's enough or not. Nobody's got much information on that, but I'm having my blood tested right now to find out where we're going with that. What else can we do that's hormonal? If you really need it, you could also supplement directly with a bioidentical, so this is the same molecular structure, testosterone, as what you produce. So you can supplement with that. If you choose to go down that route, then you will have to get a doctor to prescribe that. I certainly can't provide that for you. You have to get a doctor to prescribe that, and again, that's a hormone of sex drive. Now, what else when we start talking about erectile situations? One of the major ingredients behind sperm, and something that really gets lost a lot in ejaculatory fluids, is zinc. And if you've been concentrating on healthy foods, particularly seeds, like sesame seed, sunflower seed, and my personal favorite, which is probably the most underrated seed ever, watermelon seed. So next time you're eating a watermelon, go ahead and chomp right on those seeds. They're really great, and they're one of the most nutritious seeds on the planet. Oh, pumpkin seeds as well, they're wonderful too. So I found in my personal experience through doing blood testing is that if I consume lots of seeds, it doesn't necessarily get my zinc up high enough. So I've gone to consuming one of the highest sources of zinc on the planet on an infrequent basis, which is oysters. I eat raw oysters as a way of experimenting to get my zinc levels up. I don't know how that's working. I'm going to find out within the next couple of weeks about what's going on with that. But that's another option. And by the way, there doesn't seem to be a problem associated with eating seafood or fish when it comes to health issues. When we looked at the China study, the populations that ate a lot of seafood and fish, they really didn't seem to have any major health problems as compared to the populations that ate animal products. That seems to be the issue. Now, what else? When we start talking about herbs, there's a wonderful herb which is extremely potent aphrodisiac, at least for men. It's an African herb. It's called yohimbe, Y-O-H-I-M-B-E. It's a very strong stimulatory herb. I wouldn't recommend taking it really late at night because it can have almost, it feels to me like it's got some caffeine type effects to it. It's, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't contain caffeine, but it is a very stimulatory effect. I would start off with very, very small amounts on an occasional basis, but I found that about the maximum that I can do of yohimbe is about half a teaspoon of yohimbe. More than that, and it tends to send my heart fluttering, but that's an option as well. So this is Peter Pure giving you some tips on how to have many wonderful erections in your future. I wouldn't be here if you didn't know my philosophy by now. I believe in leading by example, and so right now I'm going to show you a particularly splendid and breathtaking erection that I have for you. And here it is. The Eiffel Tower. Oh, what an Eiffel. So, wishing you many great erections, if you would. Peter Pure, bye for now.